Hey everyone, so I decided to film a video today, but I ran out of light, so I decided to film it here and now. So I apologize if that bothers you, but this isn't a video that you actually really need to see my makeup or anything going on. So yeah, it is going to be an update, as you can see down below, an update for my Cleaner and Leaner series. I actually haven't done a video on this in a really long time, and I'm really sorry. I just kind of didn't really have the time in the summer to film a video on it, even though I have some things to tell you about the summer. And then now it's just like, whoa, I haven't filmed one since, I think it's been since like May or June. So I really am sorry. I am not stopping the series. I am always striving to be a healthier, better human being. But yeah, so this is going to be my update and also a couple of holiday tips that I have for holiday eating, because it's that time of year, which I'm super excited about, but it can also be a real challenge for people like me who are trying to lose weight. So yeah, let me just get into my update. Okay, it's a long story, so I'm going to try to shorten this as much as I possibly can. In case you don't know, I've been trying to lose weight since I gained a lot of it after I had 2 strokes and brain surgery. Most of you know that, especially the people who are already subscribed. The one thing that you might not know is that I also have a thyroid problem, and I think that that's been contributing to my weight gain as well. So I've also been put on thyroxine, so that's supposed to be helping out, and I think it is, and it's just generally helping out with my, like, healthier my strive to be healthier. Anyways, my story from the summer. I actually got into a serious, like, hardcore routine with my food and with working out in the summer. I want to say, like, the end of July, beginning of August, and I kept up with it for maybe about 4 to 5 weeks, and then I just slowly kind of fell. Okay, I was like, oh, I'm wearing the wrong earrings, but I'm not. I just kind of slowly fell off the bandwagon, and then ever since I've been trying to get back on this really strict diet. And you know, I'm going to tell you the story. Basically, it actually started with a bet. My friend Brooke, who I'm sure you all know, you've seen her a lot on this channel, she also lost a lot of weight a couple of years ago, and she told me, like, basically, you're never going to do it unless you get really hardcore about it. And I said, I can do it. I'm just going to do it in my own way. She said, no, like, if you do this and this and this and this, then you can do it. And I thought, okay, yeah, I really should do it. And the first thing, how it started, is that she said you have to stop drinking Sprite. I don't know if you guys know, but I pretty much bleed Sprite. I absolutely love Sprite. I don't actually drink, like, the full version, the proper version. I drink the diet version, but still. So yeah, I'm obsessed with it. I always have been, since I stopped drinking Coke, which was a while ago. So yeah, I really like Diet Sprite. And she said, you will never stop drinking Diet Sprite. And I said, yes, I can do it. I'm going to do it. And she's like, no, you're not. And she said, okay, if you do it, then I will give you $20. And I said, there's no way that you're going to bet me to stop drinking Diet Sprite. And she said, well, my offer's on the table. And I said, okay, fine. So we were actually out to dinner, and she took out, like, a little pad and paper and wrote down the things that I should do. And I started to do it, and I actually started to lose weight. And the main thing that I want to express is that I started to feel so good. I felt healthy, I felt energized, I felt just, like, full of life. I absolutely loved it. And then when I fell off the bandwagon, I just started to feel slowly, progressively worse. So now I actually have been into it again for a week. But yeah, I am back into it, and I'm going to share what I'm going to do with you. One thing I do want to express is that this, seriously, I call it a diet, but it really is a lifestyle change, because it's the way that you actually look at food. I've actually recently purchased a cookbook that also helped me just kind of change my whole perspective on food, and this cookbook is The Real Girl's Kitchen by Haley Duff. I'm always talking about it. It's my favorite cookbook now. I absolutely love it. And if you need, like, just kind of, like, to broaden your eyes a little bit on food, I totally recommend it. So anyways, basically I am back into my routine and I'm really liking it. I'm starting to feel better. I'm definitely not like how I was feeling in the summer, but I started to feel a lot better, and I'm looking forward to, you know, like the next chapter and taking it past the 4 or 5 week mark, because I was really upset that I couldn't do it for more than 4 or 5 weeks, and this time I actually want it to be not a fad, not a short period of time. I want it to be something that I do forever. And I'm someone who loves sweets, who loves, you know, junk food, who loves that kind of food. But if I can just kind of cut back and absorb and eat it in moderation, then I'll be so much better off. So the number one rule on this diet is no Sprite. And I'm not there yet. I've cut back a whole lot, but I'm actually not there yet. But I'm definitely upping my water intake. So I've been having water like crazy. And water in general is always good for you. The second rule is to eat as many fruits and vegetables throughout the day as you possibly can. And you know, it's funny, it sounds really lame, but I'm actually serious. Anytime you can eat a fruit or vegetable, put it in. You're eating chicken and sweet potato. Go ahead, put in mostly vegetables. So you want your plate to be full with mostly vegetables, and then your chicken and your sweet potato, or like whatever your starch is. If you can avoid starches altogether, that's even better, but sometimes I know that sometimes you want like that kind of texture and stuff. So yeah, so vegetables in almost every meal, and if you can't get vegetables in, get your fruit in, and all your snacks should have at least one kind of vegetable or fruit. What else do I do? I only eat meat 3 times a week, and I make sure that it's lean meat. I'm trying to get into salmon a bit more, but I'm not really a big salmon person, but I know that it's so good for you. But, oh, I think the phone's ringing. Hold on one second. Alright, sorry about that. So I actually took out the little piece of paper that I carry around every single day with me in my wallet. It's just kind of like a reminder, and I feel really good when I look at all of these things and I'm like, oh yeah, I am doing that. So, yeah, so this is the thing that Brooke wrote this originally down on. So, water only. Not there yet, but soon will be, and it's much easier than I make it sound, but if you're really into the habit of like sugars and stuff in your drinks, then yeah. But one thing that I will recommend is putting things in your water. If you are like me and you hate water like normally, put in some fruits or some like cucumber or lemon even into your water, and it tastes so much better. So yeah, veggies throughout the day, all you can eat. Thank you, Brooke. Water in the morning. So when you wake up in the morning, try to have at least 1 glass of water. It really hydrates you and gets you ready for the day. Fruits, salad, veggies, all those things that you should eat. Chicken or lean meat 3 times a week, which I do. I have my days, so I have Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday are like my meat days. But sometimes I will have like meat on Sunday instead of Saturday. Just depends on how it works. So today is a Sunday, and today I had meat because I didn't have any yesterday. So it just depends on like how I'm feeling. And a Granny Smith apple. So Brooke is really strict about this. She has a lot of faith in Granny Smith apples, but I personally, I don't really find them all that appealing, and I know it's because they're sour and like, you know, and they're good for you and all this stuff, but I can't personally do it. So I just have like an apple at least once every couple days. She insists that you're supposed to have a Granny Smith apple right before you brush your teeth for bedtime, because, I don't know, it helps with something, I don't even know, but yeah, I do not have an apple once a day, and I don't have a Granny Smith apple. When I do have an apple, I have Fiji apples. They're the best. But yeah, I have been doing pretty well. So, oh, and I also eat oatmeal. I've really increased my amount of oatmeal that I eat. I really didn't have oatmeal that much until the summertime, and then once I kind of got into it, I really liked it, and it's a perfect breakfast item. So I just have a little bit of oatmeal in the morning, and I'm pretty much good to go. So, at the time, I weighed 160 pounds, and she said that if I am down to 137 in a month, then she would give me $20. So, I didn't go down to 137, but she decided halfway through that it was unrealistic, so she changed it to 141, and I actually got to 146, which, to be under 150, people, was just like mind-blowing for me, and that's why I'm so positive about this lifestyle change, because I know that it actually does work. And I didn't even need to work out on this. I did because I want to be healthier and fitter, but I didn't even need to. So if you just start to eat better, it's like they say, abs are made in the kitchen, not made in the gym. So, you know, if you just eat better and don't do any extra physical activity, you will start to see a difference. I personally do Blogilates, which I don't know if I've mentioned before. Blogilates is like a personalized version of Pilates that Cassie Ho invented. I will leave her YouTube channel link in the bottom bar because she is amazing and I love her. I do yoga as well, and every now and again I'll go for like a walk. I would go for runs, but I'm not that fit yet. So yeah, but yeah, you can just totally do this without extra physical activity and you'll be completely fine. So I got to 146. I was super, super, super proud. But then again, I just kind of like got lost on the bandwagon. Probably because of the fact that it was summertime and it was like the end of summer too. So a lot of people were having barbecues and whatnot. So it was just really hard to like keep up my healthy intake. But yeah, I'm back on it now. I actually currently weigh 153 pounds, which is really good considering that I started the summer like at 160-ish. So yeah, 153, and I haven't actually weighed myself since I started, but I would imagine that I'm like feeling it in my clothes. It's the best feeling ever when you feel it in your clothes because you're like, oh my god, this is awesome. So I'm feeling it in my clothes, and I would say I'm about maybe 149, 150. Not much, but every little bit counts. And you know, an average of people usually take off, if they're really strict about their diet and really strict about physical activity, they usually take off about 1 to 2 pounds a week. So to me, that's perfect. So I'm not really aiming to be super stick thin or anything like that. I'm just aiming to feel better and be healthier overall. And if I happen to fit better into my clothes, then that's all the better. I would ideally like to be like about 140-ish, but who knows what will happen in the future. I'm not putting as much stress on myself as I did before. So yeah, that's a tip from me to you. If you don't want to feel all stressed and be all constrained and be like, oh my god, I have to eat this or else I will not lose weight, don't think that way, because as soon as you start to think that way, it's no longer I should do this because it's good for me. It's I should do this because I want to lose weight. It's like an end goal. And of course, I want that goal. I want to be able to say, oh yeah, I lost insert amount of pounds here, but I'm not looking that far in the future. I'm taking each day as it comes. So now that I have updated you guys on my personal thing, I'm actually doing Vlogmas this year, so if you are interested in like the things that I eat on a daily basis, you will see it in Vlogmas. So if you want to follow me along for that, and if you don't know what Vlogmas is, it is vlogging every day in December. So it starts today and it goes all the way until, oh I lied, it's not every day in December. It's every day up until Christmas, which if you are not Christian, Christmas Day is December 25th. So I'm vlogging for 25 days of December. I still haven't decided if I'm going to go up to New Year's. Vlogmas actually is supposed to go up to Christmas and not up to New Year's, but I figured I might as well throw in the extra 6 days, but who knows. But yeah, so anyways, long story short, if you want to see my like kind of general food intake, like what I normally eat, then go ahead, follow me on Vlogmas, because you will literally see almost every meal that I have. So, yeah. Holiday tips. I've adopted the kind of attitude that you can have anything you want, just in moderation. And when I say this, I mean, my dad bought red velvet cake 2 days ago. I had a little slice of it, but I had a little slice, versus before I would have had a big slice. So, honestly, that's my biggest tip. I know that's probably lame. You're probably like, really? That's what her tip is, but I definitely have to say it really does help, and also you feel good when you go back to healthy eating. So I had a red velvet cake and then I had a salad later, and I was like, you know what, I'm proud that I didn't go overboard with my little bit of like junk food or whatever. So I'm definitely telling you, it really does help, and you don't feel like you're cheating yourself out of everything that's great around you, especially at the holiday season. There's so many good foods. There's the cakes, the cookies, the cupcakes, the everything. And honestly, if you go ahead and you completely cut yourself off from all of that stuff, it will never work. You'll never properly be able to diet or change your lifestyle or change the way you eat in general, because you'll always be thinking, oh my god, I'm being so bad, oh my god, I'm being so bad, oh my god, I'm being so bad, when you do go to eat those things. So I just say, you know what, I will eat those slices of cake, and I will eat the cookies and everything else. I just won't have 10 like I normally would. I would have 2 or 3. And it sucks. When you cut yourself off, you're like, oh, I want to have more. But trust me, after the fact, like not even an hour after, you're like, okay, I'm glad that I did that. I'm good. And the more you do that, the stronger willpower you will get, and the better you will feel about yourself, and the better your results will be. Just also a general tip that I forgot to mention before, I'm also kind of watching my sodium intake because I know that I, kind of stock up on salt. And salt is never good for you. It just retains your water, and it's just all around bad. Also, your saturated fats, never good. So I don't want you to be one of those people who just like stare at the label when everything that you eat, but it is good to just take a general glance at what you're eating, because if you, say for example, are craving spaghetti and you don't want to make it yourself, which making it yourself is so much better. I'm totally all for making things now versus buying them from outside or going for like the processed canned version. But if you don't want to make it yourself, you've tired or you're lazy or whatever, you go to get a can of Chef Boyardee, let's say, and I've looked at those cans before and I've nearly actually fallen over. I will tell you, the amount of sodium in one can is just outrageous. So instead of doing that, opt for a lean cuisine spaghetti, or, like anything like that, or, like I said, making it yourself. It seems a lot more difficult in the beginning, but I promise you, once you've actually eaten it, you can, modify the recipe for how you feel and how you want your food to taste, but beyond that, you will feel so much better because you're like, okay, I've actually put in all these ingredients that I know are healthy. So, opt for the low-fat mayo instead of the regular full-fat, or go for the low-fat whipped cream instead of the normal whipped cream, stuff like that. But when you eat processed foods or outside foods, you don't know what's going in, and you can almost usually assume that it's the worst kind of that food. Anyways, I feel like I've been going on for hours, so I'm going to stop, but I will be doing a couple of like little updates in the middle of Vlogmas, and I will definitely do a video towards the end of December, just so you can see like my progress and stuff, and I can talk about different things. I'm also going to be trying a couple of new workouts this month, so if I do try any that I love, I will also mention them. Thank you, sorry, that's my phone. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great holiday season. I am so excited, and if you want to watch me throughout the entire month of December, go ahead, subscribe, and click on all my Vlogmas links, but I'll have a playlist as well. But yeah, that's another story. Yeah, I will talk to you guys later. Love you. Mwah. Goodbye.